If you are a newer agent, or maybe you've only been in the industry for a couple of years and the proposed settlement to the lawsuit is making you think about the decisions you have to make, this is the video for you. Just going to quickly go over just a discussion about what possible decisions there are facing us as newer agents. So stay tuned. As a newer agent who has been in the industry just about a year, I was licensed in March of 2023, and I hung my license with my brokerage on May the 1st of 2023. I am facing probably a lot of the decisions that you are. Even if you're a lot newer than I am, maybe you just passed your test and you haven't even had any interviews with brokerages yet, or maybe you're in that interview process, or maybe you've already hung your license with a brokerage and you're just starting out trying to figure out what are you supposed to be doing. You probably feel like you come into the industry at a really chaotic time, and I could not agree with you more. It appears to be chaos if you look at any of the posts that you've seen on social media, be that from just customers that deal with real estate agents or other agents themselves. You can tell that it is a really chaotic time. I will say that when I got licensed in March of 2023, I used to hear a lot of stories about how the industry used to be, how there used to be these multiple offer situations, and realtors really didn't have to do a lot of prospecting. They were just having just hordes of people coming to them once they announced that they were a realtor. And just to be honest with you, that was not my experience at all. And that's just because I think after COVID, the industry changed. And that is really, like I said, in 2023, when I got into it, it had already gone away from all of that. I'm going to get my license, get into the industry and make some quick money mentality. So if a lot of people were still holding that mentality and that was the reason why they got their license, they were probably going to be a little disappointed and maybe not even stick around to actually work towards getting a foothold in the industry because they were disillusioned in the first place. If you watched a TV show and saw how it appeared to be so easy, and you thought that was going to be, your saving grace, and that's how you were going to make quick money, because that's how they were making quick money on these TV shows. Again, you probably were disillusioned, and that was just like totally the wrong reason to even decide to get licensed in the first place. So, luckily for me, that was not the reason that I got my license. So although I was not coming into that really super easy period, it was discouraging. But I will say it did not make me want to leave the industry, because I didn't come into it with I'm going to get rich quick mentality anyway. I actually did realize it was going to take some work, especially since I was getting licensed after moving to a brand new state where I didn't really know anybody. I knew I was going to have to put some work in. So what I will say I did not realize was that the information that you need to study for the test and then pass the test to get your license is totally not really going to be relevant to the day-to-day activity that is going to make you successful as an agent. I mean, they don't really teach you about how to treat it as your own business, because that is really what it is. Yes, you are hanging your license with a brokerage, but this is all you. The brokerage doesn't pay you hourly. Unless you get with someone who gives you leads, they don't prospect for you. They expect you to go out and do these things yourselves. So that again leads me to the purpose of this video, is that a lot of agents who are coming into the industry are having some decisions to make. The impetus for the video really was I have been seeing a lot of videos posted by other agents that are really talking about how the proposed settlement to the lawsuit that NAR has, proposed is going to make a lot of realtors leave the industry, and they feel like this is a good thing because there really are too many agents and that it's far too easy to become an agent in the first place. And I will agree, if you got into the real estate industry because you watched a TV show or you were just looking for quick money, that should not be the mindset of someone who is stepping in to this industry, because your goal should be to help people, or your why should be a whole lot deeper than I just want to make some quick money. Because there are far other easier ways that carry less liability, to be honest, to make quick money. So maybe those are avenues you should explore. Although, I mean, who am I to tell you that? But I will again say those are the people that we probably do not want to have a real estate license, because maybe their activities won't be ethical. We don't know whether they will or not. But I don't like the fact that other agents are really just posting videos seeming to be really happy that a lot of agents will end up leaving the industry. If that does end up being the case, well, so be it. But I don't feel like saying, well, there are just too many of us anyway. The fact that a lot of people are going to be leaving, woohoo. Because a lot of times I feel like that gets directed at the newer agents, because they don't feel like we have the actual real desire to be a real estate agent for the right reasons. I think that gets misconstrued a lot of times, and it's easier to just wish that the last ones in would be the first ones out, when you're saying that there honestly are just too many of us. So I don't really like those videos if you're really just actually making a video to be excited about the fact that real estate agents will be leaving the industry. That may very well be the case, but we don't know the reasons for that, and we can't just assume that all of them that are deciding to leave are just leaving because they're bad agents. I am doing everything I can to survive, because I didn't get into this for the wrong reasons. But if I just can't do it, that doesn't mean I'm a bad agent either. So I don't like those videos. But we do have some decisions to make, especially if you're a solo agent, an agent like me who has another job and could not let that go, because you have a family to support, you have bills to pay. And until this becomes something that has the ability to fully support that, you do have to be dual careered. And a lot of times, if you mention that to other agents, they automatically think that you're not taking this seriously, that it's a game to you, that you're just a part-timer, and that you will be gone. And that, to me, is again another misconception, because everybody, unfortunately, is just not able to let go of their other means of financial support and just say, okay, I'm just going to jump full-time into real estate until real estate becomes financially able to support them. So it makes sense to be able to support yourself while you're trying to get your foothold in a new industry. I don't know why that's so hard to conceive, but I mean, you can find any number of posts where if you say you're dual careered, it is just negative. You're not going to make it. It's too hard. I've read a book about, someone who was dual careered, and did she say it was easy? No, she didn't. But it's possible. And this person actually made more money than full-time agents. So it can be done. You're going to have to structure your day a whole lot differently than someone who doesn't have another job. But I'm almost certain that you're probably aware of that if you're choosing to do both. So again, I don't like those posts or videos either, where they're just outright saying, well, you're dual career, you're not going to be able to do it. Or they're assuming that you don't already realize that at some point you're going to have an exit strategy to get rid of one of the careers. We're aware of that. But again, it makes sense, perfect sense, I would think, to wait to transition from the guaranteed money that you're already making, and you're not dependent on government assistance or someone else. It would make sense to not transition from your guaranteed money until this becomes a guarantee. Why that doesn't make sense, it's beyond me. But again, it does leave you with some decisions. And so should you stay solo, especially if it's not at this point been successful, if you haven't had any clients, if you haven't had any successful deals, should you continue to try to be a solo agent? With the changes that are going to be made, if the settlement comes through and is accepted come July, is that still going to work for you, or is it just going to be too much of a change for you to remain solo? And if that's the case, then do you join a team? Because there could be some advantages to joining a team, but you do have to realize that if you join a team, you do give up some of the things that a solo agent has in their basket. So you just have to kind of weigh what you want to do. For people that are just getting their license, that's something that you have to think about too as you're interviewing brokerages. Do they have teams that you can join? What will those teams give you to help you be successful? Do they give you leads? Do they give you mentor and coaching? What are you getting for what you would be giving up to join the team? And so, whether you're 2 days in or 2 years in, those are still questions that you're going to have to ask, because right now you're having to decide with what could be changing. If I'm not already being successful, how much harder is that going to make it for me? And can I keep going with the status quo, or do I need to adjust? I think the problem for me is I have been asking myself that question about joining a team and trying to look at, what would be the benefit of doing so. Because as a solo agent, maybe I haven't been as successful rather, as I wanted to be. And so I do need to prepare myself for the possibility that whether that settlement goes through or not, am I where I want to be today? No. So what do I need to change? And could joining a team provide me with the support to help boost me to where I want to be? Because after you join the team and get your foothold in and get hopefully the knowledge and the support, then maybe you can venture back to being a solo agent at some point, but maybe the team will assist you. Well, my problem has been finding a team that is close enough to where I am, so that I'm not driving hours and hours away. Even driving an hour away to meet with your team leader can be at a disadvantage to someone who is dual careered. And so that is the other thing. I need to find a team that is close enough to me, who doesn't have a problem with me having another job at this present time, that I can work with, because they may require things of me if during the week that I may not be able to do, because I do work during the day. So if they need something from me during the day, that may not be feasible, but there are still things I can do. So I have to look at that. And I haven't had a lot of success with people that I have reached out to try to even speak with them about being part of their team, which is frustrating, because why is someone being dual careered at the beginning of their journey into real estate such a turnoff? I get if it would conflict with some of the things that being part of your team is going to require me, but then let's have that conversation. Don't just automatically get turned off before you've even spoken with me and just not speak with me. So I think the industry as a whole just is going to have to change. There's going to have to be more communication, of course, now between listing agents and buyer's agents if the settlement is accepted, because you won't be able to look on the MLS and see if commission is being offered. So you're going to have to pick up your phone and you're going to have to answer the question for the buyer's agent regarding whether or not there's going to be commission offered. So you're going to have to stop not answering the phone. You're going to have to start answering. So there's going to have to be more communication. Just as an industry, we have to start coming together. Yes, we're all competing because we want listings. You want to be able to list a house. I want to be able to list a house. So at some point there is some competition in this, but also, I mean, we're all real estate agents, and I'm almost guaranteeing that in any area, there's enough for everybody to eat. So you don't have to give away your trade secrets just to talk to somebody and answer some questions, especially if someone is trying to speak with you about advancing their career and possibly joining your team. What trade secrets would you have to give away to even sit down and have a conversation with that person about possibly partnering with you? I don't see why that's an issue, but apparently it is. And that is the problem I'm running into, where I really am considering wanting to join the team, and I'm wanting to stay with my current brokerage but I need to find a team with my current brokerage that is closer to me, and that is proving to be easier said than done. So, I've just got some things that I've got to work out, and I think that's a situation that all new agents are in right now, and that's okay. We're going to figure it out. We may be at an advantage to some veteran agents because the things that we're going to have to do that they weren't having to do shouldn't be hard for us to pivot to, because we haven't been here long enough to get set in any kind of ways. So we can just guarantee ourselves that we're going to do what is required of us, work ethically, make sure we're taking care of anybody who gives us the opportunity to service them, and just reach out to any support system that you have in your brokerage. If you're new to the point where you're actually interviewing brokerages, just make sure you ask the right questions. Ask about training, mentoring, coaching, support. Ask about teams if they have any available, what those teams would require for what you would be giving them. What are you getting from them? Just ask all the questions you can to make sure you're making the right decision. Realize that you're not stuck with any particular brokerage, because there are some that never change brokerages. There are some that may change brokerages many times throughout their real estate career. So realize that you can always pivot on any of this, and then just be transparent with anyone that you're given an opportunity to serve. Realtors are getting really beat up right now. Nobody sees our value, our importance, but we can be of value. We just have to, apparently clean up our PR issues and really show that value to those who don't see it. The commissions have always been negotiable. There shouldn't have been any price fixing or any way to do that. I don't know where that's coming from, but maybe us newer agents have an opportunity to clean up the image of the industry, and veteran agents who are being excited about maybe us getting pushed out should maybe be working with us to not only clean up the image, but to help us make sure that anybody that we service is out there actually promoting the new image that we're helping to create. So those are just my quick thoughts on the decisions that may be facing newer agents. I am Christina Marie Johnson, a realtor with Caldwell Banker Realty in Navarre, Florida. I am able to assist anybody throughout the panhandle of Florida, but just really anywhere in the country. So if you have any real estate questions, please reach out to me. If you are looking to buy, sell, or invest, or if you know anyone who is, please reach out to me. At the information on the next screen. I'll have my contact card that will come up on the next screen. Just if newer agents, let's start a conversation. How are you feeling about what's going on? We can support each other. We can, get through this together. So, just post your questions. We can talk about it and see, maybe I have the same questions you have. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of Resurrection Sunday. Whatever today meant for you, I hope you were able to take an opportunity to enjoy today with your family and with your faith. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, share this channel with anybody that you know. I am really trying to grow this channel. I am trying to share relevant real estate content with anyone who is interested in hearing that. Please, comment and let me know about anything that you would be interested in hearing. I will share that information with you. And until next time, everybody have a great day.